Man, what just happened?
I don't know. Everything's a blur.
Well, John, the hip-hop world received a shock tonight after one of the biggest concerts of the year. After the end of their sold-out show, an unsuccessful police drug bust threw the concert into chaos. One policewoman, Officer Pasha Lopez, was shot at the scene. We are told that she survived the gunshot, but is in critical condition at hospital. Her assailant has not been identified.
They're right behind us. Step on it.
Observers have reported hearing gunshots. The car then turned the corner and collided head-on into another car. Both drivers seem to be in critical condition, though the medics have not given up hope. Captain Bowen walks into frame, and Dorothy Patterson stops him.
1 minute, make it quick.
Dorothy gestures behind her.
Now it is clear that this black Mustang behind you is the signature car of 9mm Street's lead rapper Jamal Carter. Who is the other driver?
We have identified him as Jerry Rosenberg.
Captain Bowen, does this accident have anything to do with the drug bust staged earlier this evening at the LA Forum?
I can't answer that. We're still investigating, but I will say that
Captain Bowen is interrupted by a bolt of lightning which strikes a nearby telephone pole. Dorothy Patterson and Captain Bowen jump back as the telephone wire falls onto the ambulance, causing an explosion. Jerry and Jamali's faces are illuminated by the explosion. The electrical paddles go off on their own and send a strong electrical current between the two beds. A paramedic wearing rubber gloves catches the wire.
Well, we haven't had a heartbeat for about 15 minutes now.
Dee, Carter and Tina sit together on the sofa, watching intently. Dee holds Tina's hand.
So we're afraid there's little else we can do.
At this, Dee covers her mouth and screams. Tina jumps up and runs out of frame. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks to this freak accident, a family regains his son, and the world loses a great artist. John, S1. Media. Distressed father in hospital. Man crying in hospital hallway. Emotional moment in hospital setting. My son, my son.
Groans.
Mr. Rosenberg, you're in the hospital. There's been an accident, but you're going to be just fine.
Jerry, calmed, lays his head back a bit.
We've given you something to help you sleep, so just relax.
Rose turns away. Jerry lifts a hand to rub his face. Shocked, he stops and holds his hand in front of the camera, turning it around. He tries to sit up again, and the beeping of the heart monitor accelerates.
Mr. Rosenberg?
Fade to black as Jerry passes out.
Mumbling incoherently. What? Where am I? What happened?
Mr. Rosenberg, can you hear me?
Huh? Wait, what did you... Mr. Who? Closes eyes, exhausted. I need a drink, man.
Rose takes a cup off the table at the right of the bed. She lifts his head gently to help him drink. Jerry lifts his hand to hold the cup. Startled by his hand, he pushes it away, knocking the cup from Rose's hand.
What the...
Rose bends down to pick up the cup as the heart monitor goes crazy again, and Jerry lapses back out of consciousness. The doctor walks into the frame.
Watch out, nurse. I'm sorry, doctor, I don't know what happened. I was just trying to help him drink, and he freaked out. Acted like he'd never seen a cup before. Turning to Jerry. Look, now he's passed out again. He must be in shock. All right, keep an eye on him. And get an orderly in here to clean up this water. We've got enough to do without making people slip. Yes, doctor.
Rose makes a sour face, then looks at Jerry, perplexed. Fade to black.
What the fuck is going on? Whoa, what's up, Whitey? What's with all the smiling?
Oh, honey, he's waking up. Oh, my baby.
Hey there, son. You certainly had us worried. Oh my god, this shit gets freakier every second. It's like some trippy episode of Malcolm in the Middle, and I'm in the middle. Hey bro, how's it hanging? See, Mom was all worried, but I knew you'd be fine. fucking rapper can't kill my baby bro. Oh no you didn't. I best keep my mouth shut. I'm about to get myself in trouble. Hey, how you doing? Oh babe, I'm so glad you're alright. Look, I brought you a new phone since yours got destroyed in the accident. It's got my number in it. You have to call me when you're feeling better. Damn girl, I don't usually do vanilla, but keep it up with the digits and maybe I'll take a taste. God, check out the mouth on this freak. Hey now, get a room you two, this isn't HBO.
Terry laughs along with the whole family, a hearty white bread laugh.
Well, honey, we'd better go and let you rest up. The doctor says that if you're good, you can leave in a week.
Patty squirms with excitement and the whole family beams.
Bye babe, call me.
They leave, waiting. Rose comes back into the room.
So you're awake now, huh? Haven't spilled anyone's water yet, have you?
I remember you, but what I didn't catch last time was this bangin' booty. Excuse me, miss, could you help me? You know all those white people who just left?
Is something wrong, Mr. Rosenberg?
Rose leans over him, furrowing her brows and looking closely at him. Jerry looks down at her cleavage.
Well, ain't nothing wrong with what you're packing, I can tell you that.
So you hang with the brothers, huh? Well, what about those white people?
Who are they?
Who? Your family. How hard did you hit your head? You must be tripping.
All over your curves, baby girl.
Yeah, you're definitely crazy. Maybe we should do some more tests.
Right as she says this, the doctor comes in the room. Doctor? What was that, nurse? You think he needs more tests?
Well, Doctor, you're studying for the MCATs, aren't you? This should be a wonderful opportunity for you.
No, I'm fine. I don't need any more tests. I can't stay here. Doctor, don't worry. You're in good hands. Miss Rose here has definite potential.
The doctor looks Rose up and down lecherously. He turns to Jerry, seriously. Doctor, Mr. Rosenberg, we strongly advise that you remain in our hospital until we're done.
But Doctor, you've exhibited some rather irregular behavior. If there is any damage to the brain, we need to know as soon as possible.
Jerry throws up his hands. Rose puts a hand on the doctor's sleeve.
Oh, we don't really need to. I was just... Doctor, nonsense. You can get started on some brain scans tomorrow. In the meantime, there are some things I'd like to discuss. After you.
The doctor steps aside to let Rose pass. She throws Jerry an apologetic look before leaving. Jerry waits until they're out of sight and then sits up in bed. He gets up with effort and goes to the bathroom.
Asterisk hesitates for a second before approaching the mirror. In the mirror, he looks at himself. He's shocked and his face goes pale. He splashes water on his face and keeps his hands over his face for a second before looking in the mirror again. This is crazy. 1 second that car was coming towards me and the next I'm in some white guy's body.
He narrows his eyes and begins to look critically at himself.
Well, at least you ain't ugly, though you could definitely spend more time in the sun.
He looks around, subtly, embarrassed, and then looks back at the mirror. He pulls up the sleeve of his hospital gown and flexes his arm. He makes a disgusted face.
A couple hours in the gym wouldn't hurt either.
He stops and looks at himself again, growing serious.
I gotta get out of here, though.
He's still for another second. Then he goes quickly back out to the room and goes to the window. He opens the window and leans out, looking around. It's dusk outside, and shrubs can be seen just below the window. Looking around, he pulls a short stool over by the window, and standing on it, he puts one leg outside the window. At that moment, Rose comes back into the room. She stops and gasps, then begins to laugh. Jerry stops and looks at her, a little angrily. He brings one leg back in the room.
What the hell you laughing at, sister?
I'm sorry. It's just, you're gonna run away in that?
Rose points to his light blue hospital gown. Jerry looks down at it.
What, you got a problem with my threads? Why you laughing anyway? This is your fault, you know.
Well, let me tell you something. And you won't have to go running around LA with your ass hanging out show dress.
Oh yeah? How's that?
You can go out the front door.
She steps to the side and gestures to the door.
The hospital has no right to detain you. You can go whenever you want to, no matter what the doctor says. But I'm not supposed to tell you, so keep your mouth shut. Now I suggest you get your white ass back in bed and call your family in the morning.
Still a little weak, Jerry walks back to bed and gets in. He turns and looks at Rose knowingly and smirks.
So you brought your bomb ass all the way in here to tell me something you aren't supposed to tell me?
Rose walks over to the side of the bed. She bends towards him as she's speaking.
Well, I have to admit there is something about you. You're kind of fine for a scrawny white boy in a dress.
Close to him now, she reaches under the bed.
Anyway, I have to change the bedpans.
She smirks at him and walks out of the room. Jerry whistles. He looks over at the bedstand and picks up the cell phone that Patty left him. Close angle on Patty's speed dial number, which has a heart next to it. Jerry sighs and looks out the door, where Rose just left. He presses call, and when Patty answers, he puts on a fake smile and pretends to be happy to hear her voice.
Hello? Hey! You! Listen, the doctor just had a look at me and he says I'm doing just fine and that I can leave. Oh, Jerry, that's great news. I'll be there in a jiff.
Patty sits on the hospital bed, her legs crossed. She files her nails until Jerry emerges from the bathroom, tugging on his clothes, a polo shirt and a pair of khakis. He looks down at his outfit and then looks at Patty, who looks back at him questioningly.
Why'd you bring me this? Oh, well, I thought you'd want to wear your favorite clothes after lying in bed all this time.
Patty stands up and touches the collar of his shirt. She grabs his hand and turns to the door. Jerry stops and holds her back.
Wait, where are we going? To your house, silly. Oh no, we can't go to my apartment. Your parents would kill me if they heard I stole you away without bringing you home first.
Patty looks at him mischievously, then steps closer.
Anyway, I'm not sure if you could handle me yet. You still look a little weak, and you know how I get after I've had to wait a while.
Patty's finger reaches Jerry's belt, and Jerry coughs and steps past her towards the door.
Yeah, maybe you're right. We should just go to my place. I'm sure my parents are worried sick.
Patty clasps her hands and grins, looking smitten. She throws her arms around Jerry's neck and holds on.
Oh, it's so sweet how much you care about your family. You'll make such a wonderful husband.
At this moment, Rose walks in with a clipboard.
Mr. Rosenberg, we just need you to sign this release form, and then you're free to go.
Rose hands the clipboard to Jerry, who signs the clipboard around Patty, who still hasn't let go. Jerry smiles and hands it back to Rose, who winks and walks out.
I'm so happy to have you back. Don't worry, we'll all take care of you until you're all better.
Over Patty's shoulder, Jerry looks worried and disappointed. Patty pulls back and takes his hand, leading him out of the room. Fade to black.